Good morning, everybody. This is Damon Bond from Bond Realty Group, LLC, licensed real estate broker in the state of Connecticut, licensed real estate salesperson in the state of New York. Hope everybody's doing well. It's cold up here in the New York, Connecticut area. There's supposed to be a big northeaster. We'll see how it happens, how everything pans out. So that's how we are in this part of the country. If you live in this neck of the woods, I hope you got plenty of food and water. If you're not, if you live somewhere warmer climes in the West Coast or southern states, then good for you. enjoy the nice weather and take advantage of it. All right, so far in our series, we've been talking about different ways in which different things you're going to come across in terms of purchasing a home. We covered a lot of ground, a lot of material. You can check out Facebook, all right? I have some stuff on YouTube as well. On Facebook, like it, share it. If you enjoy it, if you think this is informative, share it with somebody, like it. If you have any questions or comments, you can always email me at dbond011@gmail.com. That's dbond, B-O-N-D, 011@gmail.com. You can send me a message on Facebook as well. Either things will be fine. Now, today we're going to be talking about the home appraisal. What exactly is a home appraisal? So we already discussed how in your contract, we got past the inspection. I told you, what's up with that. We talked about mortgage contingencies, down payment. We talked about that. So now we're actually going to talk about home appraisal. So what is a home appraisal? A home appraisal basically is to see the money that you're borrowing from a bank, if the house is worth the amount of money that the bank is going to lend you. That is what a whole home appraisal is, more or less in a nutshell. So you only are required to have a home appraisal if you're getting a mortgage. If you're paying cash for the property, obviously a home appraisal is not warranted and is not going to happen. Now, how does a home appraisal get ordered? That is done through your mortgage person. They're the ones that are going to order the home appraisal. It's not a home inspection. That's something different. Check out my last video for home inspection is a home appraisal, house appraisal. So it is the bank or the lending institution that is going to order a house appraisal for the house. They're the ones that order it. And usually this is done after inspections, after a home inspection takes place, after some documents come in. That's when you usually have the house appraisal that's ordered. You pay the house appraisal. That's gonna be an out-of-pocket expense for you. Usually, you'll pay that. A few weeks after everything's been done, you'll pay that. Usually, it'll run you basically about $500 more or less. Sometimes it'll be a part of the closing costs at closing, but for the most part, though, you're gonna give up about $500 for the house appraisal to take place. So you are not required, nor do you need to be there for the house appraisal. Either the listing agent, the person who's listing the property for sale, will be there, or the buyer's agent, the person that's representing you, the buyer, in this transaction will be there. So typically, they'll meet the inspector, the appraisal rather. He or she will come out there. And usually what they'll do is they'll get a copy of the contract to see if there's any contingencies or anything like that. They'll take some pictures of the property inside. They'll do some measurements, take some pictures, and outside as well. And pretty much that's it. Then they'll wrap their report. They will also do some comparative market analysis of properties that sold in the area, properties that are listed in the area, and properties that are currently under deposit or pending transactions, meaning that they'll close any day from now. So pretty much that's it. It's a pretty simple process, but it's a process that can make or break a deal. I know I said that before the home inspection, but this is true as well. So let's say there was a house, right? $200,000 house, right? Property's $200,000, and you do your 20% down payment, no problem. And let's say it was accepted, so it's $200,000. So that means that, you're going to get a mortgage for a certain amount of money, right? For the $200,000 property. So what happens is this: if the property does not appraise at the value that is being sold for, or you're getting mortgage for, right? So you're not going to get a $200,000 mortgage. The house costs $200,000. It'll be 20% minus $200,000. And for those of you that got calculators, you can do the math, no problem. All right. So we know $100,000 of $100,000 of 20%, we know what that is. So yeah, just go from there. So in any case, though, it has to come back at a certain number. So if it doesn't come back at that number, the bank is not going to approve the loan. They're not going to give you the money for the loan. All right. Meaning what? Meaning one or two things can happen. Either the buyer's agent, real estate agent, will go to the seller's agent and say, listen, the property did not appraise at value. So you have to lower your price to reflect the appraised value for the property. Maybe they can say, fine, no problem, we'll do that. Or they can say, no, we need every dime that counts, we can't do it, and then the deal is dead. You'll get your money back. You'll get your deposit back. You won't get the money paid for the inspection or the appraisal, but you'll get everything else back. You'll get your down payment back. So that's the purpose of the appraisal. Now, I was dealing with a real estate transaction before where the appraised property value did not meet the listing price. It was going for $140. It was a condo in Bridgeport, and we ran into a minor snag. So what happened was, it was no problem. The sellers were like, yeah, fine, that's no problem. We understand that. We'll reduce the price. It wasn't off that. It was only off by like $5,000. But nonetheless, though, the sellers said, we'll reduce the price because we want this deal to go through. And that was that. So that's what happens. So that's the whole part of the home appraisal process. Like I said, the mess that happened back in 07, 06 when the housing market happened, a lot of appraisals were being unscrupulous. They were in cahoots with the banks. They were appraising the property more than what it should be. That's been changed. That's been done away with. Now there's a bunch of regulations, guidelines, rules, and so forth where that no longer is the case. So that's what it is. The seller doesn't have any control over what the property was appraised for. The buyer has no control over it. The real estate agent has no control over it. The bank has no control over it. So basically, it's in the hands of the appraiser. He or she determines the value for the property. Now, if the property appraised above the value of what the listing house, what the house is listing for, that's great. That means you got instant equity. Equity is how much cash is actually in your home. That's beautiful. So let's say the house is going for $200,000, and appraises for, let's say, $225,000. That's fantastic. Good for you. The sellers can go back and say, no, we want to higher, because what people get confused about is this. The appraised value of a house doesn't necessarily mean that's how much people will buy for your house. So just because your house appraised, let's say, at $200,000, doesn't mean people are going to pay $200,000 for your house. They may see your house as being valued at $180 or $190, not necessarily $200. Or, if it happens to be, stainless steel countertops and or whatever, granite, countertops rather, stainless steel appliances, they may be willing to pay more, all right, than for what the house, is worth. It all depends. So basically, how the appraisal is it can be a nerve-wracking process, both for everybody, both for the buyers because they want to make sure they get the loan, for the sellers because they want to make sure the deal goes through, and certainly the real estate salespeople because they want to get paid and for this deal to close. So remember, if there's any questions or comments, go always email me at dbond01@gmail.com. If you like this video, you like it on Facebook, share it, please. And yes, any questions, just email me, and be well, stay warm, have a pleasant afternoon. Good day.